Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week we're doing a video that I had been meaning to do like all summer and just haven't seemed to get there, and of course now I'm getting there when we're kind of nearing the end of summer, not quite there but nearing, and I'm hitting the mood where I'm starting to want my fall reads. And I never got to do this video. And I'm like, no, I need to read some of my summer reads. I haven't read my strictly summer reads really at all for some reason. Like, I had a couple on TBRs for the month, and I don't think I've read a ton of those. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I normally get a beach trip in somewhere during the summer, like I just go for the day, and I haven't done that yet. So this week, I only work one night this week because I have off the other days, and I am hoping that I can get some summer reads in, that I can get some summery vibes going. Maybe do the beach trip, maybe not, maybe just go find a local community pool and go sit by the pool all day and tan and read and get those great vibes in before we officially start going into more fall themed books, fall minded things, because like a lot of you guys are there. I'm kind of getting there already, which is kind of crazy because it's so warm outside. So really want to get some of these reads in and just enjoy the vibes because I've been looking forward to these books for a while. That being said, of course, today is like kind of gloomy outside. I think it's only like 70-degree weather, and yeah, not the vibe that I was going for, but what can you do? What can you do? That being said, I have an entire stack of books, as I normally do, that I might read for this video. So here's my stack that I'm losing control of very quickly, and we'll just go through the books on here really quick. That way we sort of know what we're working with. We have the first three on the top are ones that fit this vibe that have been on TBRs to include this month's TBR, and I didn't get to them in that month. So I would like to prioritize those this week. First we have Love Finds You in Folly Beach, South Carolina. These books are just so cute because they're all written by different authors, but they're all like just romance ones that are set in different towns throughout the United States. And I haven't read that specific one, obviously, and I really want to. We have The Identicals by Ellen Hildebrand. Hers just always give beachy vibes because they're all set on like Nantucket, and they're just perfect for the summer. Then we've Done and Dusted. I don't know why, but summer screams cowboy romance to me, and I really want to get into this one. This one's on this month's TBR, so we're definitely getting to it. If not in this video, hopefully in the month still. Then just some random ones that I'm like, this kind of screams summer. Some of them are beachy, some of them I don't know why they scream summer. Some of them are cowboy romances, like I said. We have Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, Not So Nice Guy, Nora Goes Off Script. I know that she has one called Summer Romance, which obviously would fit the vibes a little better, but this is the only one that I had by her. And I think this will still kind of give summer, maybe, hopefully. I don't really know. I could just be imagining that. Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I've already read the first one, so I would like to read this one, just that way I've finished the duology out. We have two books that, if I start the one, I feel like I need to read the other, and that's Every Summer After and One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Everybody is reading these right now because this book just came out, and it's a continuation of like a character from this book. So I feel like that's a really big contender. We have Vacation Wars. We have another Ellen Hildebrand, which is The Blue Bistro. Still going. We have Float, which I think is more like YA. We have Alive and Wells, again a cowboy romance. And then we have an indie book that I got called Summer People. Obviously screams summer. So yeah, that's all of them. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14. That's 14 books that I have to pick from for this week. Obviously, I know we're not getting through 14 books this week. That would just be a level of delusional that I just don't even aspire to get to. So we're gonna see what I can get through in the week. I'm kind of actually gonna try to read one book per day. We're starting on a Monday. It's already in the afternoon. I'm already running out of time for today because my boyfriend just texted me saying he was on his way home and we were going to spend the afternoon together since I don't work. So I'm running out of time today, but in my delusional brain, I can still get through 7, ow, one just fell on my toe, 7 books in 7 days, and we're gonna try. So that means we're going to pick a short one for today so that I can maybe accomplish this. I just don't know what the shortest is going to be. This is 328. We're just gonna go through and we're gonna find the shortest one. 300, so that is not shorter. Ooh, ooh, okay. This one's gonna be hard to beat. This is 257 pages. Like, there's like an entire section right here that's like stuff for, I don't even know, acknowledgements and, oh, like the discussion guide and conversations with. This one's gonna be hard to beat, guys. Okay, so the winner for the day is Nora Goes Off Script. 257 pages. This seems much more doable for me for the day. Like I said, the rest of the week, I have nothing going other than like in the afternoons. So maybe during the rest of the week, we could get through more than one book. If I do just like an entire day of like lounging by a pool or something like that, I feel like that would be feasible. I don't know, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna stick with today. I don't know anything about this book, really. I just know people have been loving this author recently, so I was really excited to get one of her books. It says, Romance Channel screenwriter Nora Hamilton knows the formula for love better than anyone, but when her too-good-to-work husband leaves her and their 2 kids, Nora turns her marriage collapse into the best script of her life. When it's picked up by the big screen and set to film at her home with former Sexiest Man Alive Leo Vance cast as her ex-husband, Nora's life will never be the same. After shooting wraps, Nora finds Leo on her porch with a half-empty bottle of tequila and a proposition. He'll pay $1,000 a day to stay for a week. She could use the money, but it's the need in his eyes that makes her say yes. 7 days. It's the blink of an eye or an eternity, depending on how you look at it. Enough time to fall in love, enough time to break your heart. I don't really want heartbreak. That's not really what I'm going for in my summer reads. But I'm really liking the premise of this. Like, I don't read a lot about like screenwriters and everything, so I don't know too much about that. I'm very intrigued by why he needs to stay with her for 7 days. Like, what's going on there? Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see what her writing is like, and yeah, we're just gonna dive immediately straight into this and see what the vibes are. Because it's, sorry, I'm like turning my, I don't know what, I'm very ADD right now. I need to hone in a little bit here. Yeah. We're staying inside because, like I said, it's 70 degrees outside and not really as sunny as like the backlight in this video makes it seem like it is. So staying right here for the day and pretty happy about it. So pretty much all of the sun is gone. It is very gloomy outside, which is disappointing. It's like I knew that I wanted a summery week and it gave me this, but oh well. I am 60 pages into this book. It's definitely not like a summer read. There's nothing that's really screaming summer about this, but that's okay. Like I don't know. It was on my list because I don't have a good reason. I'm not gonna give up on it just because it's not giving summer. Like, I'm enjoying it. It's I think a romance. Maybe it's gonna be a romance, and that's still summery in my opinion. And oh, I'm stuck. I'm enjoying it so far. Kind of. They haven't really explained why Leo needs to stay with her for a week. He's just like kind of done with his actual life, and it's kind of giving like woe is me movie star vibes. Like, he is fascinated by grocery stores and little scanner guns for the barcodes and how that works, and it's like movie stores were people before they became famous and had them do everything for them. So like, I don't know if I'm really enjoying the portrayal of him. Like, I definitely get that like they become out of touch with reality a little bit, like not all of them but some, and that sort of thing, but like he should know some of this stuff. I don't know, it just seems a little bit over the top for the out of touch thing. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about him. That being said, I love Annabelle Monaghan's writing style. Very descriptive imagery, very, very beautiful. I think that some people are not going to like it if you don't like flowery writing or like over the top, not over the top description, but like I said, flowery writing. Like, some people are like, I that's not important to me. So like, I can understand them not liking it, but I really enjoy it so far. There's one section that really caught my attention, like 3 pages in, and she's talking about like just looking out from her porch to her yard. She's very big on enjoying her home, enjoying the little things in life, and the sun rises every morning. And she says that she's standing on her porch taking it in before the movie crew arrives, and she says, "Pink ribbons, then orange, creep up behind the wide-armed oak tree at the end of my lawn. The sun rises behind it differently every day. Some days it's a solid bar of sherbet that rolls up like movie credits and fills the sky. Some days the light dapples through the leaves in a muted gray. The oak won't have leaves for a few weeks, just tiny yellow and white blooms pollinating one another and promising a lawn full of acorns. My lawn is its best self in April, particularly in the morning when it's dew-kissed and catching the light. I don't know the science behind it a little bit, but I know the rhythm of this property like I know my own body. The sun will rise here every single day." And like I said, it's kind of flowery, but it's really beautiful. I love the imagery and just the way that it makes you think about beautiful sunrises. And sunrises and sunsets are some of my favorite things ever. I love the way the sky looks when there's a really particularly beautiful one. So I appreciate that imagery personally, but I can see why some people are like, "Nope, this is too over the top. I don't care about this. I want the story." It just depends what kind of reader you are. So, and that's okay. Yeah, that's it. Just wanted to give a little bit of an update on where I'm at with this, what I'm thinking of it so far. Like I said, not a summery read, but still very much enjoying. Not like overly summery read, but still very much enjoying it. Okay, guys, hi. We are now on Tuesday. I ended up hitting quite the snag yesterday with my plans. My car battery decided to die on me, and it wasn't terrible to try to fix it. It just wasn't what I needed for my day. Had to go get a new battery because it was so dead that it just wouldn't charge at all. And yeah, it took a little bit. So finished my day out doing that, went and got ice cream, and then that was pretty much all that I did for the rest of the afternoon. So I didn't actually end up finishing Nor Goes Off Script yesterday. I finished it this morning when I came home, and I read for like 2 hours until 10 a.m. and then went to bed. So now I just woke up, which is why I look like this. I told myself I was going to try to like go back to a day shift schedule this week, and thus far it is not working. But that is not the point. I did finish this right up front. Not a summer read. Already said that yesterday. Really becomes more of a not summer read. Like, you know, summer reads you want something either beachy, like vibey, or atmospheric, or just a really cute, fun, happy love story. It's not necessarily this. Not necessarily this. I spent a large majority of this book very frustrated and very, very just like, is this really how this is gonna go right now? I almost cried a couple different times, which was not expected. Ended up really enjoying it. It is definitely one of those romance books that is much more, how do I want to phrase this? The writing is very straightforward about the romance. There's not like a lot of, I don't know how to phrase this. Like most romances, you get dual POV, they spend a lot of internal time agonizing over their romance, talking about the other partner, and you get a lot of cute lovey-dovey scenes. This isn't that. Like I said, it's very straightforward in its prose for their feelings and the way that everything sort of works out. You don't linger in certain scenes for too long. Like there are specific scenes that she kind of delves in more, but they're not like super long ones. And it's a story that's much more focused on the main female character and sort of her journey, and not self-discovery because she knows who she is, but I think more her willingness to welcome in love again after her husband leaves her and her kids, and she doesn't really feel anything about that, and just sort of rediscovering emotions and feelings again. And yeah, it's hard to explain it. Like I said, her description is very flowery and poetic in here, but the narration as far as the romance goes is very straightforward. I don't know, I've never written anything by like kind of like that with that style. Words are so hard when I just wake up, my goodness. But I do think I'm gonna read more of her books because I did really enjoy it. I think I'm sitting at like a 4.5 for this one. It was so close to a 5-star, so close. I don't know why it's not quite a 5-star. Can't really say why. Just not quite there. But I did really enjoy it. Super quick read. Definitely could have gotten it done yesterday if I hadn't had my car decided it hates me. So is what it is. Today is a little bit more sunny. Ooh, sorry, stretch break. Today's a little bit more sunny, which is nice, but still kind of chilly out. Like, it's only 70 something. That's not chilly, but like colder than like 80 something degrees that we've been having. So the weather still doesn't seem to want to cooperate with my attempt at embracing summer beachy vibes while not actually going to the beach. Is what it is. I am still going to try to, I think I'm going to change into a swimsuit, go outside and lay out and tan a little bit while I read, because I just really want to. And if it's in the 70s, I'm not going to sweat profusely while I'm doing it. So that sounds fantastic to me. I'm looking at the stack of books that's next to me going, which one do I want to read next? I think we're not even really going to go through the entire thing and try to like find a fun way to pick book. We're picking Done and Dusted. This is on my TBR for the month, and I've really been wanting to read it, so why not read it in this video with you guys, since I already want to read it this week and get another one checked off of those lists. I think that sounds great. We're gonna read this today. Cute cowboy romance. I know that it is Small Town's brother's best friend, and that's about pretty much all that I know. Sounds like she left the hometown in Wyoming, went to college, made a career for herself, riding horses, but after an accident, the main female character returned to the hometown she's always wanted to escape. Of course, like I said, the main male character is her brother's best friend. He is a notorious bad boy, bar owner, and bachelor, and also the unofficial fifth member of the Ryder family. He spent most of his childhood antagonizing the female character, whose name is Emmy. I don't know why I didn't say her name. It's been years since he's seen her, but when she walks into his bar and back into his life, he can't take his eyes off her. Against his better judgment, he wants to do a whole lot more than just look at her. I've heard this is really spicy. Like, just a lot of, maybe, I don't know if there's necessarily insta-love, but like definitely a lot of spice scenes once they do end up getting together. So we'll see if it ends up being my vibe. Sometimes I'm good with that, sometimes I'm not. It really depends how much more plot is introduced with the story. So hopefully, I'm hoping, because I want another cowboy romance series that I can really get invested in. I love Elsie Silver's world, love her writing style, but I'm going to run out of that at some point. So hopefully this will give me a new series to get invested in. Not that I need more series, but so we're gonna start that. I'm gonna go change into a swimsuit, like I said, and go lay out in my yard and tan a little bit. And hopefully it'll be a good day. Got some coffee too, so that always helps. Alright, so I've been reading for about half an hour. Been outside for longer than that, but I am insufferable, and if I am like laying like this, I have to be like, I don't typically sit up like this because I want like my full face. I want everything to tan evenly. I like to bake evenly. So I just lay here with my eyes closed and I like listen to a podcast or something, because I don't want to put sunglasses on so that I can actually read without squinting. All of that. I'm ridiculous. I'm weird about tan lines. I like to have even tan lines. I don't like to have sunglass tan lines. Yeah. Anyway, so I've been reading for about an hour. I think I got my books over there. I had to move my thing. Like 60 pages into it or something like that. It is a super quick read. Like 60 pages in 30 minutes is pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm happy with that, and I'm enjoying the progress. It does remind me of Chestnut Springs a little bit, because the male character Luke, he owns one of the bars, and I think one of the Chestnut Springs characters owns the bar. Yeah, I can't remember which one it is. Shoot. Cade is the only one that ever comes to mind because he's my favorite. Rhett, Cade, Jasper. I don't remember the other two. Oh my gosh, that's gonna bother me. Anyway, whoever is in Bo in the last book, he owns the bar. So it's giving me kind of those vibes, but not quite. He's not quite as gruff and everything. We're starting to get a little bit more into why Remy is back home, sort of what's going on with her. I think we're going to get a lot more depth out of that, hopefully anyway, and her trying to sort of resolve this sort of mental block for why she had to come back home. But I'm really enjoying the vibes. I'm enjoying the writing style, the pacing of it. It's, like I said, really quick paced,
and I am appreciating that. And you're starting to get a little bit of romantic tension in there, which is nice too. So it has been great so far. I'm enjoying this. I do wish that I was on a beach laying in the sun, but I will take laying out in the sun in my backyard where I can hear the crickets and the birds and everything, and not the sounds of the city that I used to have to deal with in my old house. So there's that. Can't complain too much. Gonna continue to enjoy the sun, and I will check back in once I'm done with my tanning.
So I am 180 something pages into this, and this is just so cute. Like, it's not anything world ending as far as like a romance book. It's nothing crazy, but it's adorable. It has one of my favorite tropes in it, which is like he takes care of her, which can like manifest in so many different ways, and I'm not going to give it away sort of how this does, but like helping somebody heal and work through things is something that like I always love reading, and it really just helps develop the connection and the romance, and it's just one of my favorite. I also love the amount of talk about horses and horseback riding. Like, some cowboy romances don't really talk about that aspect of it, and I love it. I miss riding so much. Like, I used to live on a farm with horses when I was a kid, and horseback riding was one of my favorite things. I miss it so much. I miss the feeling of just feeling like you're free and you're flying while you're riding, and this kind of gives that nostalgia back. So I'm so glad that I picked this, and I might need to keep reading some cowboy romances after this. We'll see. I don't know. I have so many different varieties in that stack, but really loving this, and definitely a new cowboy romance series that I can sink into, which I'm very happy about. So hopefully I can finish this tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I do have plans to hang out with my boyfriend again, so I don't really know that I'm gonna have the time to do this. Like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it so much. Loving a week of summer reads. I feel like I sometimes don't want to dive into my romances because I'm like, I have so many other books that like I really want to, like, there's so many fantasy books that I want to read, and sometimes I'm like, oh, romances, they're like cute little filler books, like whatever, not a big deal. But like, I sometimes really just miss reading these and like the happy giddy feelings that they give. So yeah, it's definitely giving those feelings this week. So the weather is getting progressively worse this week. It's like it knew that I had these plans that I wanted. What is my hair doing? Anyway, that I wanted like a summery week, and I wanted to maybe go to the pool, spend some time outside, enjoy the summery vibes, and it's like, nope, not getting that, because today it's raining. Like, it's been raining on and off all day. It's chilly. Like, I pulled out my leggings and long sleeves because I'm like, this is just not the vibe. So hopefully the rest of the week decides to cooperate, but I'm not feeling very confident about that. Moving on from that, as you saw, I picked my next read, which is going to be Vacation Wars, which would imply that I finished Done and Dusted, which I did in fact. This was a 4-star read. I really enjoyed this. It was so nice just being back in like a cowboy romance. Like I said, I loved reading the aspects about horseback riding and just like the nostalgia that that gave, and sort of just how much I miss that kind of life. I lived on a very small farm, so like it's not like it was anything like a massive ranch with horses that were like actual like working horses or showman horses. Like, I just had horses. But I miss that. I miss horseback riding, and I miss so like, yeah, this gave those vibes. I really enjoyed it. I loved the relationship between these two. Like I said, there's a trope in here about like just taking care of her, helping somebody heal. Like, I love that so much. I really feel like it helps, just like I said yesterday, cultivate a relationship, make it so much stronger and have more depth to it. The only thing I really didn't like about this is like something that always seems to pop up with Brother's Best Friend, and it's like the overprotective brother who, like, when he finds out, gets so pissed off and he's like, how dare you? And it's like, what do you mean, how dare I? Like, she's not your girlfriend, your wife, she's your sister. That you shouldn't be this invested in her love life. Like, I will never understand the brothers that get like that invested in their siblings' love life, especially if there's no good reason. Like, if she has a tragic past, like maybe she's a survivor of like an assault or something like that, and she's really needs like guarded and protected and you're worried about it for that aspect, like, okay, I can kind of understand it from that way, but like, again, this is your best friend. He's your best friend for a reason. It means you trust him. It means you value him as a person. So like, why are we then throwing that away when he wants to be with your sister? Like, it just, I don't know. It just drives me up a wall. I don't understand it. I don't understand it because like, I have brothers, and I would never look at my brothers and be like, get away from my brother, or he's my brother, like, how dare you want to date my brother? Like, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem like it goes both ways, and like, I don't know, it just drives me nuts. We're gonna move on from that because, yeah, so 4-star read, really, really cute, really enjoyed the two of them, and I'm excited to continue through that series. So then, moving on to, like I said, today's pick, we have Vacation Wars. Of course, I picked one that's like one of the longest books in this stack. It's like 400 pages. And I have the least amount of time to read today before I have to go to work. This is my only day working this week, and it's only till 3 a.m. instead of 7 like it normally is. So like, I'll maybe have time to, when I come back from work, to read, but like, not really beforehand. So, oh well. Anyway, this this is about a group of girls that goes to Greece to sort of have a girls' week before one of the sisters gets married. So like, it's 2 twins and 2 of their friends, and one of the twins is getting married soon, and they're kind of like there for like like I said, a girls' week, and then they're gonna have like the wedding there, and it's like this whole prelude up to this. And while they're there, they bring up the fact that the other twin, Tessa, does not have a significant other, that she's never really had a successful relationship, and that there was this contract that they made in high school where it says if you reach your 30s and you haven't found that person yet, that you relinquish your love life to the group, and they sort of take over, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to set her up with like every random man that they can seem to find on this resort, and she wants no parts of it. Add into that the fact that they've been going there since they were kids, and every year Tessa saw this guy named Miles, and she had developed a crush on him, and it was just this cute thing where like every year, like, it sort of grew a little bit, but they never really had many interactions. He had been gone for 7 years. She'd noticed he was never there, and now all of a sudden he's back. And they start interacting. They end up actually like sort of teaming up where he's trying to help her work around all of the nonsense with the friend groups, and she declares it like a Vacation Wars, and she's helping him as he's trying to regain some trust with his father so that he can take over, or at least help run the family resort. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm almost 100 pages in. I'm enjoying the setting. Very beachy, very summery vibe, set on a resort in Greece. Like, yes, absolutely. Just laying out in the sun, watching beach volleyball, drinking nice cocktails. Like, it sounds amazing. Greece is very high on my list of places that I want to go. So, like, this is giving all of that, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if I like Tessa very much. Her level of awkwardness is just super cringy. Like, the things that she says when she's around Miles before she starts getting comfortable with him are just like over the top, unrealistic. Like, I've never seen somebody that is uncomfortable to this degree. Like, I just don't know if it's physically possible to be like this. So that's kind of deterring me a little bit. I'm really hoping that it stops at some point, because I've thought a couple times about DNFing, if I'm being honest, because like, it's just that painful to read, and I don't want to. I don't like DNFing in my reading vlog, so I'm trying not to. If we get another 100 pages and I'm still like, you know, I really don't know if I can keep doing this, we're gonna put the book down, because at that point I'm halfway through and I'm still feeling that way. But like I said, she's getting a little better with Miles, but she's still like saying stupid stuff and everything, and yeah. So we'll see. The tit for tat with like the siblings and the friend group and trying to get her this guy might get old. We'll see. Some of me feels like they're not really looking out for Tessa's best interest, which doesn't sit well with me either, because that's like the whole point of like this contract was supposed to be actually like caring for the other person and being like, I want you to find happiness. They're kind of just pushing whoever in front of her and hoping that it works, and it's like not somebody that she'd be interested in. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure where we're gonna land with this, but we're gonna keep giving it a try. And unfortunately for you guys, I'm going to stay right in this chair probably for the remainder of the day until I go to work I was hoping for like a change of scenery today, but that just doesn't seem to be the case, which means you get to see the same view, which I feel like is really boring. So I apologize for that. Like I said, hopefully the rest of the week will cooperate a little bit more with the weather, but I'm not super hopeful at this point. The sister that's getting married literally gets up on her bar stool and announces that they have a single friend looking for a good time, funny, witty, and looks beautiful in yellow. All inquiries of potential suitors must go through us first, but just being upfront with you all, we're easy to impress. Stop by if you're interested. Like, what the actual heck? I would be so out of there. Like, no friendship level. What good friend does that? I might not make it another 100 pages. As you guys can tell, I am back from work and I've just been relaxing and reading. Did like a little bit of face mask. Sorry for the jump scare on that one. And I am now 247 pages into this. I don't know why I can't get myself to DNF this book, but I kind of want to. I think the only thing that's saving it for me is that like Miles is really sweet and just the way that he interacts with Tessa and thinks that her quirkiness is cute. Like, he's adorable, and I love the idea of like, oh, we knew each other for like 10 years, we saw each other all the time, like this cute like childhood crush that eventually blooms into something more. And like most girls have had those romantic thoughts when they were younger, especially if they consistently saw someone for like a summer or like 1 or 2 weeks out of the year and stuff, and you always saw them and you're like, maybe one day, like, so it's giving those vibes and I like that part of it. It's just that I don't know if it's enough to redeem the rest of it. Like some of the just super awkward scenes that they get into, like the last scene that I read, I'm just like, I just couldn't stop cringing. I was so like almost disturbed. I was like, why did we have to go this overboard with such a weird, awkward interaction? And then the sister and the friends are just terrible. Like, we're in our 30s and we're acting like we're high schoolers, and oh, you have to have a date for the prom. I'm gonna get like, that's what this is giving as adults. And they're not even trying to find her anybody good anymore. They're just, like I said earlier, shoving people at her, and they're insufferable men that like aren't good for her. And then there's Miles, and she's like having normal conversations with him, and the sister is like, oh, well, that could never happen. Like, he would never actually be into you. And it's just giving Mean Girl in the worst way. And I have a bad feeling that it's going to continue to get worse with the sister as the book goes on, and the closer they get to the wedding and the more that she feels like she's not controlling things the way she wants to. So yeah, I think I'm going to put this down. I don't know if it's like a solid DNF, but it's definitely a DNF for this video, because like I actually want to spend time reading books that I'm enjoying, and I'm not enjoying this. I don't like DNFing videos for reading vlogs for you guys. Like, I feel like that's not in the spirit of the reading vlog, and it's not fun, but like, I don't know, I keep like making cringy faces at the book, and that's not really the vibe that I want when I'm reading, especially if I'm trying to read like a fun summer romance. So that is going to be the end of that book, the end of our third day as well. It is like 5:30 in the morning, I think. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I will talk to you guys whenever I wake up, and we will pick a new book, and hopefully it will be better than this one. we're back because it's time to pick another book for the day, which I'm very excited about. I'm hoping that it's going to be better than the one that I decided not to finish yesterday. Like I said, I might end up finishing it like through the rest of the month, like in the next 2 weeks, just sporadically picking it up to kind of see how it ends, because I'm insufferable and I sometimes just can't DNF, even though I know I should, but I'm not going to finish it for this video. Anyway, we're not going to harp on that too much. Still have a rather large stack here, and I'm very torn. I'm very torn on what I want to read because, let me find it. These two books are everywhere this summer because of this one coming out. And part of me wants to read it, both of these, because I do really enjoy Carly Fortune's writing. I've read 2 other ones by her. I've read Every Summer After. No, that's the one I'm holding, silly. Meet Me at the Lake is the one that I've read, and This Summer Will Be Different. Yeah, I've read those 2. Really enjoyed them. Really want to continue reading her stuff so that I'm like caught up, because I'm sure she's going to release another one next summer. I would be surprised if she didn't. But I also don't want to like read one that you guys are seeing everybody else read. So that makes me like, I don't know. I also kind of want to read this because that would finish out a series for me. And then I also, where's the other ones? The Identicals was on a TBR for a previous month. So I kind of want to get to that because then it knocks out something from a previous month. And actually, speaking of that, this was also on a TBR for a previous month. So I just don't know. I don't think we're going to do the Identicals today because I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish a book today. Planning on going to the fair and have a lot of afternoon plans. Could have gotten up earlier, but didn't. So here we are. Don't know if I'm going to finish a book today. That means I should probably pick one of the shorter ones again that I'm looking at. But I don't know. Let's see. How much is this? This one is 309 pages. Every Summer After, because obviously I have to read this one before I read the other one, is 304 pages. All right, neck and neck on those two. Hook, Line, and Sinker. I know, you're probably like, could you just pick a book? Like, this is irritating. Listen, I suffer from chronic indecisiveness, and this is almost 400 pages, so not going to be that one. I also feel like I should read this because it's an indie book that I was sent. This is more than 304 pages, therefore not that one either. That means, like I said, down to these 2. This one is 5 pages shorter, therefore this is the one that we are going for. I'm really sorry if this ends up being boring, that you guys are seeing the same people read the same books. But the good news is this is only day 4. And I'm trying to do this for 7 days, so hopefully that means there's going to be some other books in there that you guys can enjoy that aren't so popular right now. Anyway, so we're going to read this one. I don't really know anything about this. 6 summers to fall in love, 1 moment to fall apart, a weekend to get it right. I know everybody's talking about this. I should know what it is, but everybody's kind of going over the synopsis of the other one and not this one. They say you can never go home again, and for Persephone Fraser, ever since she made the biggest mistake of her life a decade ago, that's felt too true. Instead of spending glittering summers on the lakeshore of her childhood, she stays home in a stylish apartment in the city, keeping everyone a safe distance from her heart. Until she receives a call that sends her racing back to Barry's Bay and into the orbit of Sam Florrick, the man, that is a weird last name, the man she never thought she had to live without. For 6 summers, through hazy afternoons on the water and warm summer nights, working in his family's restaurant, Percy and Sam had been inseparable. Eventually, that friendship turned into something more before it fell spectacularly apart. When Percy returns to the lake for Sam's mother's funeral, their connection is as undeniable as it always been. But until Percy can confront the decision she made, they'll never know whether their love is bigger than the biggest mistake of their past. Told over the course of 6 years and 1 weekend, Every Summer After is a gorgeously nostalgic look at love and the people and choices that mark us forever. Yeah, that synopsis does not sound familiar at all, so people really are only giving the synopsis of the other one, which is kind of funny. So, we're going to start this one and see how it goes before I have to get up and leave. Unfortunately, that's going to be very soon, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to get through. At all, but I wanted to share my cute little outfit for the fair tonight. I don't know, I thought it was cute. I love these jeans. Like, there's just something about the detailing in them with the cute line that goes down the front that I just really like that seam, and I think they fit well, and I'm actually starting to really like boot cut ones because these have like a flare at the end. I don't know how to show you guys this. This is terrible. I don't know why I'm doing this, but yeah, this is sort of what we're going with for tonight. This week is not giving the summer vibes at all. Like, we're in jeans. We're in jeans in August. It is still supposed to be warm and like summery, and it's my summer reading week, and yeah, it's not going well. So, oh well, I guess we're embracing summer reads and fall weather and fall activities like going to the fair, and I'm just gonna have to be okay with that. It's still, summer's a mindset. Summer's a mindset, and my book is at least giving summer. That being said, I'm like 50 something pages into the book and really loving it. There's something about Chloe Fortune's writing that I enjoy so much. I love that all of her stories do like a then and now timeline, and she's still able to tell such a well-developed story. And I know a lot of people don't like going back and forth in timelines. Totally understand that. It's something that I enjoy, so I therefore really enjoy her books. And she just has a way of capturing the nostalgia of a summer vacation home, or like trips that you used to take as a kid, and just the feelings that would evoke, and the memories and everything like that. And it just makes you yourself feel nostalgic and remember trips like that. Like, I never really went to a lake house as a kid, but we had a yearly beach trip, and reading about someone being nostalgic about their childhood makes me nostalgic about mine. And it's just, I love that. I love when books can make you feel that way. So I'm really glad that I chose to pick this book. There is like obviously not much going on as far as the romance goes. We are only 50 something pages into it, but yeah, I'm loving the vibes that it's giving. It's giving the perfect summer vibes despite everything going on outside my room and these four walls. Finally, the weather has decided to cooperate with me and this whole journey of reading summery books, because today is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning outside, and I plan on soaking up as much of it as I possibly can, allowing that my body decides that it's okay with that, because I woke up with a really good headache, so hopefully that stays at bay. We'll see. But yesterday I made it to page 88 in Every Summer After. I kind of didn't think I was going to end up finishing it before all of my afternoon planes yesterday, and that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I wanted to try to see if I could do a book a day, but I wasn't going to be too fussed if I couldn't, so I'm just enjoying the vibes and everything. Like I said, I love the way that she writes. I love the then and now timeline. That's about all I got for it, so I think we're just going to sit outside for a while, read this for a little. I made a matcha, which is fantastic, and see where the day takes me. I finished Every Summer After. I actually took a break and changed into grungy clothes and mowed the lawn, because that unfortunately needed to happen. And then I came in, took a shower, feel much better, and sat down and finished this. I don't think it's my favorite one out of all of the ones that I've read from her. There is definitely that trope in there that everybody talks about that they really don't like. I don't like it. It's not as much of like I'm automatically DNFing this book for me as it is for some people, but yeah, obviously not my favorite, therefore can't be my favorite book. That being said, I do love the introduction to Charlie in this, and I can see why everybody's really excited about reading his story. I feel like there's just a lot of depth that could be found in his character that like you start to slowly see as he is, I'm trying to say this without giving away some of the end of this, but like the way that he interacts with her, with Percy, and sort of tries to help her through some of the stuff that she's going through. Like, you see a really soft side of him, a really mature side, and like one that's capable of a lot of depth and emotion that, like, when he's younger, when they first meet, you don't necessarily see. I actually kind of like him more than I like his brother, which is not great considering that the story's about his brother, but yeah, I think I do, which is why I'm very excited to read One Golden Summer. This is actually what I'm going to be jumping into. I'm sorry if I'm picking books that you guys have seen everybody reading. You're like, could you please pick something else? I promise the next book is going to be something else, but like, I've been wanting to read this, and I feel like I need to jump right into this next, especially because I did really end up liking Charlie while I was reading Every Summer After. So yeah, we're gonna jump into this. I'd say this is like a 3-star read. It's not, like I said, not my favorite by her, but not terrible. Definitely gives us those summer vibes that I had really been wanting, so that was really nice. And I can't wait to see Charlie's story. I'm so excited about that. We're hitting the road today. Unfortunately, not going anywhere super exciting. Would love to be going to the beach, as already stated in this video, but we are gonna go out and get some iced coffee. There's a place like 15-20 minutes away from me that I found on Instagram, actually, that has a lot of summery specials. I think one is like this peach flavored drink that I really want to try, and they also have homemade cinnamon rolls. So we are doing that today, and then we're gonna go find a cute park or something like that. I don't know if this place is outdoor seating, something outside that I can sit and enjoy this book, because I am loving One Golden Summer. I really like Charlie. I love the banter between him and Alice. It's just so adorable. I'm only 70 pages in, but I'm eating it up. They are so cute. I also just really feel for Alice, because she was that kid that didn't feel like she fit in a lot when she was younger. So when she went to the lake, she always saw Charlie and his brother and Percy. So Charlie, Percy, and whatever Charlie's brother's name is from the first book. And she actually took a picture of them while they were on their boat together. And it's something that was like a really big turning point in her career for becoming a photographer. She used it in her portfolio for graduation and everything, I think getting into college or something. Really big for her, and she always spent her childhood watching them, wishing that they would notice her and invite her to join them and everything. It's like, yeah, been there. Definitely remember moments like that, especially on vacations where like big families were involved and stuff. Yeah, I definitely understand that. So like, I feel like I relate to her on some level, and I don't know. I've been loving it. I've been loving the vibes of this one. And I think this was going to be pretty highly rated. So I'm really excited, and it is another stunning day outside, so we're going to go enjoy it, soak up the sun while I get a little bit of a chance. I don't really know what today holds. It's a Saturday. I don't even think I updated you on what day it is. It's Saturday now. And I think I'm going to have afternoon plans, but I don't really know. So we're going to see what I can get accomplished before any of that happens. I know tomorrow is going to be really busy for me, so I don't know how much I'm going to get in. But I'm loving it so far. So my plans changed immediately as soon as I stopped talking to you guys. So not doing what I thought I was. Stopped at a cafe that's closer to me on my way to where I'm going, and just got like this iced honey badger latte. I don't remember what it has in it other than honey. I think there's white chocolate in there too, which could be interesting. And then I got, like, you can sort of see it, this really yummy looking blueberry Danish. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook a little as I drive, because I'm not going to be able to sit down and read either, so. But I really want to keep going with the story, so we have paused my other audiobook, and we are doing this one. Don't think I love this audiobook as much, though, because I listened to it on the way to the coffee shop, and I'm not enjoying the voice actor that much. Not going to take away from the story, but yeah, don't think I would, like, highly recommend the audiobook or anything like that, but just, yeah, plans changed immediately. So it is now Sunday, and I finished One Golden Summer sometime in the middle of last night, which is why I didn't do any updates. This was such a good read. I loved so much about this. I loved seeing Charlie and him sort of struggling with a lot of the stuff that you see in the first book, but don't really anticipate him like struggling with. And you get to see that the way that that sort of affects his relationship with other people, his relationship sort of with himself, and there's just a lot of depth and stuff to unpack for a guy that presents himself as just like the goofy, silly make everybody laugh person in the room, and I really appreciated that. I really also appreciated the way that Alice is working through sort of being a person that she doesn't want to be anymore. Like, she realizes she'd given so much to a relationship that wasn't good for her, and she kind of lost herself. And I feel like that's something that so many women can relate to, and I'm sure men as well, but like, I obviously can't speak from that perspective. But for like women, it's like so common that we just, especially like the givers, the nurturers and stuff, you lose yourself in a relationship. And seeing her struggle, fight to come back to herself and what matters to her, I felt like I could relate a lot, and it was really moving, and I actually almost cried at one point in here, which was completely unexpected, especially for the moment that it was in. Yeah, I was really surprised. I think this was like a 4-star read. Like I said, really enjoyed it. I also loved, I forgot about this part, all of her other books do like a then now timeline. This one is her first one that doesn't. It like calls back to the time when they were younger, and she took the picture of the 3 from the first book, Charlie, Percy, and the brothers whose name I still don't remember. My god, that's terrible that I still can't remember this guy's name. He even makes an appearance in here. It calls back to that time, and like we'll talk a little bit about scenes from then, but it's not like strictly then now with completely separate chapters for each one. I still got the nostalgia factor in here for growing up and adolescence and like that coming of age narrative and everything like that. I still got all of that in here, even though it wasn't that then and now timeline, which was incredible. I thought that was so well done. So 4-star read. I do think this is going to be my last book for this vlog. I still have today, but like I'm going to the Renaissance Fair, so I don't really think I'm going to have time to read another one. I'll pick one up, but I just don't think I'm going to finish it, so I'm not going to start it on here and then just leave you guys hanging. So you can see my monthly wrap up to see if I actually read another one. But that is all for this one. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you again in another video very soon. Bye.